Hello, my name's Lecta, and we're about to start Project Pencil. Don't ask, I don't know what this voice is about. I don't know. But in any case, hi. Thank you, Garrick, for laying down that Project Pencil command. I appreciate it. So that's a little bit about the show. Basically, this is a show where I learn how to draw. I'm working on, just in general, female figures in general. Not worrying about faces, hands, feet. None of that shit. I will probably do specific studies on those things when I feel comfortable drawing the female form and it's easy-ish. Easy enough for me. Alright, I've found where we are. What a lovely hype nude we have. So, you will be seeing naked ladies. I have covered up their naughty bits. So naughty. Oh, boobies and vulvas. Oh, Harry Martinis, how vulgar. Anyway. I've done all that. Because of Twitch terms of service, I don't want to get on anyone's bad side. This one that I'm about to draw is interesting though because for some reason I usually use a purple. I'll point it out to you. I usually use purple to cover up Harry Martinis, but for some reason when I copied and pasted, it pasted in black and white and I'm not sure why. So it just looks like bush. Just looks like real bush, but it's not. But anyway, here she is. Oh, hang on. She's there twice. Remove. There's Meerkat there. Whee! There she is. Alright, let's just scooch her on down. Oop, not that far. Not that far. So there she is. We're gonna be drawing probably about 3 ladies today. We usually draw about 3, unless I'm having a hard time. And this time, I hope that I'm able to function a little bit better than previous. Sometimes I just am not in functional space in my brain. Alrighty, so I've got this here. I'm doing my best to adjust this without screwing with anybody's head. I really should have just left it alone, huh? Anyway! It's okay. No, now it's crooked. Why are you crooked now? Why are you crooked? You weren't crooked before. Or maybe you were, a little bit. Which way are you crooked? Alright, whatever. That's close enough. That's close enough. I don't think it moved at all. Alright. So... January. And I didn't put an extra R in there for some... I've been doing that recently. January 18th, 2018. I almost put 17. This will be our second Project Pencil of the year because I was gone. I was in London. So before that was... Last time I drew was in December. So... Here we are. Well, I'm gonna tilt this a little bit because I want you guys to be able to see the bottom of the page here without needing to scoot my book up quite that far. I want to be comfortable when I'm drawing, you know. So, what's up with this lady? I can tell you right now, I'm gonna have trouble with this. I mean, I'm not gonna draw her hands, but like, I want to get like her arms and the slope of where her body is. I can't tell if this is background or hair or that's her hand and her arm. It's just in heavily in shadow. Another thing I'm not doing, shadow. I'm not doing shadows. Okay, so I guess here goes nothing. So I'm just putting in like kind of where her foot is. I'm not really concerned with what her foot turns out looking like because I haven't studied feet yet, as I said earlier. It's just so that her ankles aren't like floating into nowhere. Okay. That hot dog did nothing for me, by the way. For those of you who were here before the break, I was like, I'm gonna have a hot dog, and I did, and I'm starving. That didn't help me at all. Remember how I said purple Harry martinis? This is them. I take this image and I put it on the hype nudes. That's what we call these ladies that have been covered up with shrimps and Harry martinis. But this is the exact image.
And if you want this mug, you can have it too!
Available in the background, like mine is blue, but you can get it in a couple different colors. On Designed by Humans, the link for which is down below. Haha. Alright, enough of that. So I'm going to assume that her knee comes out here. I'm going to assume that the line that I have here is okay. I think it might be a little bit too shallow. I think I might need to adjust it to be like that. But we'll see. Banana, banana. It's like, here's her ankle. You can just barely, barely, barely see it right there. Da-da-da-da-da. So then her other ankle kind of starts around here. I mean, not like her literal ankle, but like in line with where her ankle is. So I think I need to curve this a little earlier. Fine, good. Let me peel this the rest way out of here. Mushed it. This is a really nice eraser. Oh no, don't be on the floor. That's not where you live. You don't live under my desk. That's not a helpful place for you to be. Are you covered in fuzz now? Yeah, a little bit. Not too much. Not too bad. 5 beers in, I'm tipsy enough to not give a fuck, but I should go to sleep in half an hour, or latest hour 30 from now. Hashtag my life. Well, yeah, but you're in a different time zone. How far are you ahead? Is it 5 hours, or it's more than that, right? But I definitely know the I'm drinking, so I want to stay up forever kind of feeling there. Alright, that's close enough. That's close enough. That's not that bad. That's fine. I'm fine with that. You think it's 8? Don't look forward to tomorrow, though. Yeah, I don't blame you. Your work situation is very stressful, but just keep in mind that it's not your fault that it's stressful, and try not to stress about it, knowing that there's literally nothing you could do. Like, you're doing Way more than you should be, and you're doing great. I guess her heel does kind of look like that. I was like, that's really extra pointy. I mean, I think I may have exaggerated it, but you know. I need to find something I know for a fact I won't find. Do your best not to worry about it. It's not your fault that this company sounds very disorganized and that they're asking things of you that they shouldn't be asking. It is not your fault. The best you can do is try, and if you don't succeed, that is totally not on you. Just try to keep that in mind. I know it's hard to sometimes, because you want to do a good job, you know? I think I'm not doing that terribly today. That's good. That's reassuring. Now, I can't tell if this is... like, this piece right here, is that her other leg, or is that this leg in the front? I think that's her other leg. In the stress of the moment when I'm told to do stuff. Oh, I stress in the moment of when I am told to do stuff, but otherwise, when I do the best I can, I just chill because I know I did my best. That's good. That's good. Alright, no more tea. It's good old water time. Water time! I think I actually made the knee come out a little too much here. So I'm gonna have her knee curve in earlier a little bit. Because we need the curve of her thigh also. I think that's appropriate. I think her calf is maybe a little bit thinner than I have it happening here. But I like the line of it. So what I'm gonna do is that. I think it's actually somewhere in between the two of those. But we're gonna try the smaller one, see how that works out. It needs to be a little bit more even. Yeah. I think I know how to fix. Earlier in life, I would have not even bothered to do stuff. Now I actually do the best I can and then I give up. That's a much healthier way to look at things. There we go. I like that. I like it, but does it look like the lady's leg? Pretty much. Pretty much. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rather not rate the model because I'd get in trouble. And I brought this in a little much. I rate her that she looks worried. Like, is that a rating we can have? Like, she looks concerned. Her thigh is pretty straight back there. Like, she doesn't have much backwards meat. But I think I made it curve in the slightest bit by accident. There we go. I'm actually pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. She looks resigned to you. Yeah, her backwards meat. Don't you know about backwards meat, John? You don't know about backwards meat? Backwards meat. Like, what is this piece there? I don't understand this piece, and I'm also not making it long enough. Whatever that is, I'm not doing it right. All I know is that I like big butts, but I can tell a lie. But can you lie and say you don't like big butts? That's the real question. Because who cares about whether you lie about other things? What we really need to know is your stance on big butts. You know what? I'm not gonna put that little chunk in there. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's there. I'm gonna put it in there. Alright, guys, don't judge me. Alright, there's that weird chunk that I don't know what it's doing there. It just makes it look weird, like I had such a nice leg happening. Alright, whatever. That's what the lady looks like. That's what the lady's gonna look like. And now I'm thinking this shin needs to be angled a little bit more. If I can lie, I can say anything. I mean, yes. But why would you lie about butt status, I guess? I don't know what I'm talking about. Just being silly. Speaking of butt, let's give her her butt, shall we? Boom boom. Boo 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 boo. Not terrible, I think. It should be like a little bit rounder at the bottom and less round at the top, so more shaped like that. But getting the very particulars, I don't feel like redoing it right now. That's inside of the knee because she twisted her leg a bit. Right leg. Wait, which? This is what part of her I'm assuming this is her back leg. I just don't know what part of it is. Because it looks fucking weird. I think I need to adjust these lines just the littlest bit, but for now I'm just gonna move on. This is way too far down. I think. It's hard to tell. What? What phone? What do you want from me? Let me just make sure it's not Fred. Nope, just a million Discord messages. Literally 5 different notifications from Discord across the top of my screen. Look at it. Discord, 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 Discord. That's all fucking Discord. This one's Steam. But that's just telling me that an item on my wishlist is on sale. I really need to contact them and be like, look, what part of streamer mode does your robot or notification system not understand? Because I don't mind getting notifications on my phone for channels that aren't muted. I have it set up that way. But if I'm in streamer mode, shouldn't that negate it? I feel like I made her butt too short. Although she does kind of have a short butt. Like, she's not... I also think that this line is not quite right. It's like flatter here. That's... I either have a tendency to exaggerate the little, like... I'm gonna call them bumps. Because I just mean, like, not a smooth line. Or I make everything a smooth line. Like, this line, super smooth. I just went like, wee! Oh, so beautiful! That's not what it does. That's not what her body does. Either that, or I super exaggerate all of the little, inconsistencies. It's a thing I know I have trouble with. And I do my best to, like, notice it when I'm doing it. It's hard, though. Here's your belly button. Yeah, this line is not right. But how is it not right? And that is a rhetorical question. I'm going to try and figure it out on my own. Did I make a very pretty face? Okay. Oh wow. What? What, Jordan Poop? Jordan Poop. I think that's better. It's kind of better. Yeah. If you do... So you used print screen, right? I think if you do Alt print screen, it will only do, your main monitor. Or is it the one that you're focused on? Either way. Things that Fred taught me. Quite useful. Let me see. Yeah, let's... This is not the perfect drawing, but that's okay. As long as her legs are proportionate. I think she's proportionate. Alright, so now I'm gonna put in her elbow. I like this song. John Pope, have you watched any more Outlander? I know you were like, I only watched season 1. Chosen to go. I also think They made her too thin. I don't know if that is... Well, this is unrelated, but I noticed that was wrong, so I'm gonna fix it. I don't remember what I was saying because I got distracted. That's okay. It's probably not important. Usually if I'm saying something important, I'll stop what I'm doing so that I can actually carry a thought. Just when I think the same thing, you rise to victory. Oh, 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 oh. That doesn't look right either. Whatever. The real problem is that I made her too thin. But I don't know where. Probably here. I probably, like... Probably brought her back indent in. You did the leg thing? Let me see. Yeah, but what part of that leg is that? That's what I'm saying. Like, I can tell where her front leg is. It's in the front. Where's the back leg? Like, what part of that leg is that? The Gaming Joe, hello! Welcome! Negative, you still haven't watched any. That's okay. I just enjoy it. Even though I have problems with it because I've... How am I? I'm good. Just learning and chatting. Doing the old chat and learn. Yeah, I brought this in way too far. Let's fix it. I feel like I've gotten pretty okay at legs. Only okay so far, though. Yeah, I still didn't do this line right. How are you doing this fine day? Slash night, slash... Every time I redo this line, it just ends up not looking the way that I think it's looking. Is that close enough? Maybe. Could be. If you want something challenging to draw Hyper Beast. Yeah, I don't need a challenge, because I don't draw... Like, I'm very much still learning. So, like, this is challenging enough for me. Just trying to get all the lines right, and they're not right! I'm exaggerating her body too much. I'm just gonna leave it like that now. I need to move on. Okay, that looks like a better, more reasonable thickness for this lady. She's not quite as thin as I made her. I'm doing my best. Hey, Wraith Dagger. All the purple names. You know, thanks for the suggestion. If I ever get to the point where I'm like, I need a challenge. You're drawing that now? That's awesome. Have you been drawing a long time? Okay, that looks way better.
Touch the butt. Ooh, we're gonna touch the butt. Ooh!
Thank you for touching the butt. I appreciate it. That looks way better in terms of the curve, but not to say but a million times. I think it needs to be... Not really, but I can draw well. That's great. Some people are just good at stuff. I'm just drawing the same types of stuff over and over and hoping that I get better. Although I started out in a very different way. Yeah, about the same. So something like that, and I'll probably adjust that later. Okay, so now her arm goes along with the line of her back until about there. And the elbow curves like at this curve. Kind of. I feel like the placement of this curve that I'm doing is not good, but... You know how I can fix that? Ta-da! Butt. She needs more butt, though. Like, what am I doing? Her butt is just disappearing. Whatever, I'll fix it later. Or I won't. Haha! We'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided how much I'm going to fiddle with this. Sometimes it's nice to just draw it and point out the problems and move on, rather than draw it and point out the problems and then try to fix the problems and then try to fix the problems and then try to fix the problems. Like, I try not to dwell too much, but I'm definitely a Dwellington. Okay. So first thing I notice. More curve. Now I feel like I just redrew the same line. Happens. It happens. Can't paint drunk. It's okay. Let me see. That's the same one as before. Isn't it? That's the same thing as before. It's not? How is that not? It looks exactly the same. Oh, I see. Wait, hang on. So is that the back of her thigh then? I'm just asking what part of her leg. I don't need a drawing. Just tell me what fucking part of her leg this is. What is that? Is that the back of her thigh? Is that right above her knee pit? Like, what is that? Is it just a random giblet that she has? Is it a tumor? Does she have a tumor? Do we need to be worried about her? I think it's a tumor. You guys, she's got a tumor. She has a tumor. Oh no. Now, this is not okay. The problem with this part is that her left, or her right hand, which is the back one, is over where the line of her chest would be, so this looks very odd to my eyeballs. It's the back of her lower thigh. Just above opposite part of the knee. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. It's a weird looking thigh, man. But it's good to know that she doesn't have a tumor. I think I made her elbow way too pointy, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. I say as I then do stuff to it. It's okay, we're doing it. La da da da. Well, now. So that's kind of what that looks like to me. I realize that there's more to her chest because she's got her hand in front of it. So, like, this is probably the rest of her chest here. It was very difficult. And this would be the back of her neck, which slopes down into her actual back. So, like, I would say her shoulder, if I was gonna separately draw in her shoulder, would be there. And there's a little bit of shadow here happening. Not terrible. Not great. It's fine. I'm, like, okay with this. It's probably the angle of some of these lines that's wrong. It's like, okay, I did this way wrong. It needs to be way less, more like that, I think. So let's fix, we do it. Okay. Still doesn't seem like enough. And it seems like her elbow's too long. Is it because... Perhaps it's because of the overlap? Like, that's definitely where the line should be, but I feel like that's way long. I feel like that should be more like that. At least to be proportionate instead of like this weird long elbow. That's also not quite where her elbow is, but it could be an illusion where her... No, just something is off. Something is off, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. So I'm just gonna draw her so that she doesn't look like an alien. And, and we will deal with whatever comes out. Like alien. Maybe I didn't give her enough space for her stomach. That's way too complicated, John Pope. My brain just looked at that and blanked out. My brain was like, I know he's making a point, and I would like to know what that point is. But not today. I'm like, thanks, brain. That was super helpful of you. Maybe her bum needs to start lower. I mean, that's just a random thought that I had. Maybe her butt goes down here. I don't know. Anyway. So the placement of where her forearm is now seems way better than before. I'm making this line way too thick, that's okay. Yeah, something's weird, like, in here and in here. There's, like, weird stuff going on everywhere. Like, obviously I'm not perfect, but I'd like to at least figure out what it is. You're doing great anyway. Thank you. Yeah, that's okay. It's more important for me personally to try and understand it myself. You know that. You know me. Is that exactly where I had her before? You know what? Let me draw it from the top instead.
Camera thief. Take pictures. Run like the parallel stitches. Attach my feet to the path I beat. Teach myself to keep the answers brief. Gnash my teeth like the last to feast. Imagine me on that abandoned beach. Sand and sea as if the jazz was free. I'm ice cream mixed with gasoline. Direct attention to the craftsmanship. Neglect to mention that the pastel stick like initials carved in the concrete. Like the tattoo that hides on your mommy. I still kick it
I'm
with
just gonna do
angels.
this.
The difference is instead of the bar, I'm at my kitchen table. The starlight shines through the glass, but you feel safe underneath that mask.
No. Almost. I feel like I almost had it. I feel like this was okay. And then I need to smoother. Welcome back, Wormy. Full size mirror? I could, oh yeah, I could just like look and see what part of my leg is that. That's true. Mustache? What are you talking about, song? Alright, I feel like that's a little better. It's really hard for me to see. I hate having to censor these pictures because it obfuscates a lot of lines that I would like to use for reference. Whatever. I think that's close enough. That looks better to me. I think that's better. Like a dancing bear. Yeah, and like I could make this a little bit more angular. I could, you know, accentuate this bump a little bit more, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. How goes it? Not too bad. I feel like I'm having fewer issues, and every time I erase, I'm making an improvement. Whereas sometimes I'm just like, I'm just drawing stuff and I don't understand why it's wrong. But in this case, I'm like kind of figuring it out sort of sometimes, which is nice. So then she's got her hand in here. So I'm just gonna make a plop on there. That sounds wrong. Especially because I was talking about her chest. I will not be making a plop on her chest. Nope. I'm not gonna do that. Since I missed the last 5? Well, how long is the last 5? You saw Girl. You've seen Girl. Everyone's seen Girl. We had this lady. I'm not going to show you the reference pictures, though. That's too much effort. We had this lady. This lady. This lady. She was hard to do. We had Stool Lady Take 1. And I got sick of that one, so I tried to do... Wait a minute. Did I draw her like 8 times? Or did I just... No, I guess I redid her because I wasn't happy with this one. So I redid her. And there's Stool Lady again. Because I wanted to redo them because I was really not happy. So, but the stool was uneven. And then there's this lady. I didn't want to draw her hands, so she got fire. Like, flamethrower hands. There's this lady. I was really proud of her hair. Her hair looks great. Check that shit. I thought she turned out pretty well. Or at least looking back, I think she turned out well. Then there's this lady that I did. I drew a little bee by her knee. I don't remember why. Probably because someone said something in chat. There's this lady. And here's this lady. Her arm I had problems with. And I sketched it out. Like, I was like, this arm has issues. It should be shaped like this, which is clearly an exaggeration. Like, it's shaped with the bend upwards, where it should have been shaped with the bend downwards. But at that point, I wasn't going to redo it. And I have this lady. And now we're on to here. 10 out of 10 hair, thank you. Very kind. That's good that you're making progress, yeah. I'm glad that I'm able to... Like, I knew something was wrong here, but it was good enough that I just moved on and I was like, I will either fix it later or that's how it's gonna be. Whereas sometimes it's just really, really bad and I can't tell why it's bad or how it's bad. So she's gonna get blocks for hands here. Whee! It's like a dinosaur! Okay, she's getting a dinosaur hand. Ready? Wait, hang on. I don't need it done. Or a dragon. Could be a dragon. Anyway. Outlines look at least 9.5 out of 10. Thank you. All those issues are due to shading only. Could be. I know that sometimes I'm perceiving issues because I'm not doing the shadows. That one lost her head. Yeah, sometimes that is exactly what that is. Whose emote is that? Carson drew it. Except he's funnier looking. He's a funny looking little dude. Anyway. So then her other hand kind of comes up and fingers are over here doing stuff. But like her hand is like resting on her chest doing some things. I'm just gonna try to not worry about it. I'm just gonna kind of leave this vague because without putting in the hand, I can't really put in the rest of her. That's way too small of a neck. See, I should just leave it alone. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? I know how chests work. Like that knee thing, you can just fix it with shading. Which knee thing? I no longer know what you're talking about. That's okay. So let me just draw her back arm here. There we go. Whatever, I'm fine with that. It's a little bit, it's a little more curvy than I put down. Whatever, that's fine. That's good enough. That took too long for you to type. So, obviously, it's not perfect, but I think I did pretty alright. Like, if I'm being super nitpicky, I think that this line could have been angled slightly more. So instead of being like this, I should have angled it like that. I mucked with her behind too much, so it's probably not good anymore. Her back could be thicker right here. Why don't I just fix her back? That's not going to take very long. I mean, it could still be thicker. I'm also drawing it too straight. I'll just leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. I could fiddle with it all day. But instead, we're gonna move on and draw another lady. But I don't think this was that bad. Yeah, everyone should continue working on the stuff. Whether that's drawing or playing an instrument or whatever. But yeah, I think this is not bad. I like the little dragon. Dragony, lizardy dude. Alright, moving on. Who's next? Who's next? Okay, I'm gonna have to resize this greatly. This is huge, okay. The image, you dirty birds. Okay, I can chop off her foot. We don't need to see her foot. If I scooch this up, okay. Remove, add, screen cap. Like, I don't know. You always saw her knees. I'm gonna actually rotate this. 'Cause there's no way that you're ever gonna see her at all. Like, this is just a very large image. I mean, I can shrink it a little bit. That's gonna have to be good enough. Whatever. She's a meerkat now? Everyone's a meerkat. Everybody's a meerkat! Now, let me just make sure this... Okay, some of these are Fred. Okay.
Where's my laptop? Gotta give these guys a piece of my mind.
Okay. Hashtag I hate you. Alright. We're gonna rotate. Is this too heavy to sit on my keyboard? Just barely not. Okay, cool. You can always do the outlines and try to sketch muscles so you can understand shading better. I'm not working on that right now. I'm just trying to get basic shapes on the page. I will do a study about shadows and crap. This looks suddenly very daunting. Keyboard killer. No, it is not a keyboard killer. Keyboard killer. I gotta be done by 6:30 because my mom is making me dinner. I love that part. I mean, dinner. He kind of said dinner. Dinner. I wonder what am I gonna have for dinner? Might be pizza. I might not cook today. You had donuts for dinner? That sounds nice. I wouldn't mind some donuts for dinner. I mean, I might need more than just donuts unless I ate an entire box by myself, which I wouldn't mind. If we're being honest. This is gonna be very hard, I can tell, because one leg is mushed onto the other leg. So it is making all sorts of weird shapes, and of course I'm doing the leg that's being mushed. Pizza, but what toppings? I just like regular, not toppings pizza, usually. Why is pineapple Kappa? I like pineapple. You feel like Homer. This song is so funny. Keyboard killer. Start of 3D images? What is that supposed to mean? Like, just it always looks weird? Yeah, I feel like good pizza, you don't have to have toppings. You can have them if you want them. But I don't feel the need for toppings most of the time. Like, I let my pizza be a pizza. And that's good enough for me. Sometimes I want to get fancy or want to get crazy, I'll put toppings on it. Dun 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 dun. Okay, this is way too much space for her legs. Like, I'm drawing one-to-one, but I'm gonna run out of space. Because by the time we get over here, her boobs are gonna be like, woo! That's not what her boobs look like, but you know, you get what I mean. Like, I won't be able to do her arms. I'm gonna have to shrink this down a lot. But I don't wanna. That's hard for me to do. To, like, scale something in my brain. You want them? You can have them. There's nothing wrong with that. See you Sunday. Alright, Wormy, have a good rest of your day at work, and I hope you have a lovely weekend if I don't see you. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. Maybe I should just nix this lady. Maybe I'll just, you know what, I'll finish her legs. What if I do, like, her legs up until, like, her belly button on this one page, and then her torso on the other page? I think that's hilarious, and I want to do that now. Thank you, Wormy. Oof. I need to stop contorting my back when I'm trying to draw. I'm like really getting in there. I'm like, it's not. This is only a physical activity for your hands and your eyes. It's like, you don't need to full body draw. It's a little much. Calm down. No quitting allowed. I'm not trying to quit, I'm not good at scaling in my head, and I know that, so rather than trying to just force myself to do it and be getting angry because I can't do it, I'd rather just move on to a different image. It's not quitting. It's just this image is too big for me to draw it on this piece of paper. Now I have other paper. To blow you. Besides, I quit stuff all the time. I'm like, this video game, I don't like it. Quit. John Pope, I don't like it. Quit. Teasing. Okay, so I know that this looks fat and weird, but this is actually like where her bone is. Kinda. Or like where the shadow starts. Sort of. So like this is her calf meat hanging down, which I may have put too much of. I think I put too much of. So let's get rid of a little calf meat. This line won't erase! Alright, whatever. I give up. I give up on that line. Let me just see what Fred had to say. Okay. Where were we? This knee. I did not make her knee thick enough. That's something that I always tend to have problems with, is not giving enough space to the knee, especially when it's not straight on. Because without the demarcations of like what's kneecap, what's this, what's that, it's my eye doesn't like seeing so much empty space. Because that's not what it sees in the source drawing. So then it screams at my brain, that's wrong, that's wrong. So I try to make it smaller than it actually is, which is not good. Actually. Getting closer. To the selfish code. Is what? Is what? 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 Is what an octopus? I'm so confused. What's an octopus? I didn't understand the joke. Okay. I'm gonna put this way now. Okay. I think I need way more space. That's where her other thigh's coming down. This is so difficult. I think this is just a really hard lady that I chose to draw. Way more thigh. Alright. Give it a beefy thigh. Give her one of them beefy thighs. Okay, I'll do my best. Erasing with my left hand. It feels really weird. It feels very bizarre. But it's easier to see. Hype Shrimp Beginnings? Oh, it's looking really mushy octopus. Oh, that's gross. I don't like that at all. I'm gonna attempt to put her kneecap in here because this just looks wrong and I don't like it. So that's like kind of where her kneecap is, sort of a little bit. You gotta laugh, at least you did. You did. I mean, it's funny looking. Alright, I'm just gonna have to deal with this one looking weird. I'm just gonna deal with it. She's just gonna look weird, okay? Got Harry Martini. It's a beautiful martini, but you know. Because there's a lot that I'm not putting in because it's shadows or bones and whatnot. So it's just gonna look weird to my eyes. Oh, that's not right. Should be preparing to go to sleep. Love you! I hope you sleep well. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I hope that your day at work is much less stressful than you anticipate. In fact, I hope that it is not at all stressful. This is not good, what I'm doing here. And have a good weekend, by the way. Boss is away, so it's basically going to be 50% less stressful. Good. Well, I hope you have a good weekend, my friend. Yeah, this lady's really hard for me. She's got so many fucking weird ass angles happening and... and she's twisted in such a way, like, this is just difficult. Yeah, I'm just gonna boob her up and we're gonna move on. We're gonna pick a different lady. Pick a more different lady. Alright, so there's where her arms kind of are, sort of. Kind of, sort of, her arms are happening. Fun thing, he's not even my boss, he's managing my sector, and bonus, he's younger than me, but in some parts more knowledgeable and others less so. We have a saying here, it's a hard life for us musicians. Not really sure what that saying is saying, but you should go to sleep and we can discuss it another time. Okay. So I clearly have a lot of problems with this. With what I drew. I think I'm just gonna fix her. There we go. That's actually not terrible. Could be better, could be worse. The angle that she's at and all the shadows at play made that fairly difficult, but I think I managed to pull out an okay drawing, actually. As much as I didn't finish it. You know what? Let me add in her other... So like this would be where her other shoulder is. It's like way bigger and hulking. Looks really fucking weird. And then here's her neck coming out of here. Like, rah! And then her hair starts. Woo! That just looks weird. Alright, whatever, we're done. We're done! We're done. We're moving on. Next lady. It's because at one point there were billions of them. No one could make money because most of them had the same skill. Anyway. See you Sunday. Bye, John Pope. Have a good weekend. Alrighty. Next lady. This lady... Oh my goodness, I do not need to enlarge this lady even further. Please. This one's also pretty big. This could even be the same model, I don't know. But I could smallin her. I could ensmallin her. She's doing her own version of girl. Alright, we're gonna cut off her toes. Chop them right off. Make mincemeat out of her toes. I don't know what I'm saying, you guys. I don't know. La da da dee 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 dee. Close enough. There's just a little meerkat hanging out. He's like, hey! Alright, man. For real, no. For real now, bye. Alright, bye, man. Okay. Now, lady, where do I start with on you, huh? What do I do with you? First of all, let me move this book over. Man. My back doesn't... I'm not good at sitting up straight when I'm drawing because I'm like trying to see around the thing because it's a lot easier when you can like hunch over your hunch over your work. But I like contort my back in so many different ways when I'm doing this. I think maybe I just shouldn't have 2 creative streams in a row because it hurts my back. Unrelated, but this is a pretty color. I just saw it on my desk. Alrighty. So. Doot doot doot. I'm drawing the cushion so that I have a nice little starting point. Oh yeah, yeah. It's calling us. I'm going to also ignore the fact that her arm is there. Not doing it super detailed, just enough so that I know kind of where stuff is. That's enough, I think. Moving on. Okay, so let's start with the butt. So the butt goes like this. You don't really get to see much butt. Because of the way she's sitting. I feel like I exaggerated that way too much, but we'll see. Oh yeah, yeah. Alrighty. Trying my best to sit up straight. So now, like, this is too exaggerated, I feel. So before I move on, doo-doo-doo. There we go. That's better. Normally I start with the legs and move on. But we're not gonna do that this time. Angled more, perhaps? It's hard to tell. Meow. I'm doing it again. I'm like, let me curve my spine and slouch over. How about I don't do that? How about that's not good for you. Don't do that. Need to get rid of my slouchies. Okay. I feel like that's close-ish. And then her arm starts like that. And comes down. Well, not like that. It comes down, but not quite that way. And it should really be down closer to there. It's part of why the cushion is good, because it gives me like, okay, well, like the corner of the cushion is about here. And that's where her arm is. Because for some reason, I have hard times with angles. I have a hard time with a lot of things, but you know. That's what happens when you're learning and you're starting out. You got problems with everything. I'm just happy that I'm able to identify it before I get too far. Like this, her back looks like it's way too far up, but it could be an illusion. Could be due to where I put the cushion. I may not have made the cushion tall enough. Could also be that everything else is wrong. It's also a possibility. Because, like, she does have an indent, and it kind of goes... I guess not quite. Okay. The indent should be about there. I mean, she does have a very, like... She goes in quite sharply. But it's hard for me to tell. I have a hard time not doing straight lines, is a problem that I have. So, like, her back slopes up like that, and then very, very gently starts to slope this way. Because it's fucking back. It's not... She doesn't have a ruler in there, you know? But me, I want to make all smooth lines and transitions and whatever. And that's not really how bodies work. Okay. That seems way better. To me, anyhow. Shmeow. Shmeow. That's how this song goes eventually. You'll hear it. Okay. So now, her wrist. Yep, I was right. Okay, ends about here. So then this is like where her hand starts flopping over. Shmeow. Oh wow, okay. Her hand is way closer. So I think either cushion is way too long or like I fucked up real bad. Could be a lot of things. So like her finger, normally I don't care what the hands are doing, but this indicates to me that something is real wrong. Because like her hand's supposed to be over here, and I started drawing it over here. It's like this would have been the back of her hand, and there's her finger. But like her finger is almost touching the rest of her body. Whereas not, if it's over there, it's not. Which means I may have made her back too long, or or something. Those are kind of where her ribs are. I'm just putting them in because they seem to go along with where the curve of her body is, which makes sense. And I thought maybe if I put in a boob, then it would help me. So like there's rib. There's other rib. And then above that is boob. Kind of. Or boob is way far up. I don't know, you guys. I'm having trouble focusing now. But like, in which case, if that's where boob is, arm should be here. I mean, according to hand, also, arm should be way closer in, but not quite that close. Not quite that close. Almost, though. Okay. So I feel like this is fairly straight across. Kinda. I'm gonna like it straight until it's not. Did I make that too curvy? I guess we'll put in the rest of the arm and see. But like, here's where her hands are going, huh? Zulon, hello, welcome. It's straight until it's not. Hey, Kappa Pride. It's a good use of Kappa Pride. So I know that her arm looks smaller because it's sinking into the cushion. I'm just gonna try and tell my eyes that that's the case. And I think I exaggerated this little indent a wee bit too much. It's such a subtle difference, but it makes a huge difference to my brain. Okay. So then from here, arm goes like that, and then a little bit out. Like, that looks so fucked up. That looks totally fucked. It's okay. Okay, that's not that bad. Not that bad. Just slightly horrible. I'm kidding. So that's like approximately what's happening there. Sorta. And like here's kind of where her shoulders are going. And here's her neck, which looks very like broken and bizarre from this angle. And then this is gonna look extra pointy. I know it is, but that's okay. Here's her chin. You know what, that's really not that bad. I made her face a little bit too horizontal. And too far away. Like her neck is... something in here is wrong. Like this is too far away. Like this part is too far away from this part. I'm having a time, guys. Let's just move on. This is like kind of how this is going, sort of. Right? Right. Like, maybe I just put this down too low. Maybe this is fine. And like her arm is fine. Maybe this part is fine. I mean, clearly this bit's not. I mean, I'm not concerned about her face, but it kind of helps to know, like, where some of her features are, kind of. No, I think I just put that up way too high. Whatever. Erase it! Erase all of it. It's garbage! Throw it out. That's fine, because guess what? This looks okay. Eh? So I think what I'm gonna move on to is the rest of her leg. I'm gonna do this leg down here. Rest of her butt leg. Okay. Actually, that's not that bad. Provided that that's the back of her knee. And then that goes into the calf. And then there's her foot. Or her heel, anyway. Not terrible. Needs work, but you know. So does everything I do. But if that's not the point of learning, you know, to work on stuff and try to get better, you know. That's kind of the point, Lecta. Yeah, I know. Doodly boop boop boop. Doodoo boop 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 boop. Hmm. Okay. I think that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna put in. There's like a shadow that meets her thigh. And then she's got like her, as we called it earlier, her back meat. The back meat of the thigh. It's just a little bit too much. Let's take away some back meat. Flatten that out. Flatten out the back meat. I think that's better, kinda. Close enough. I'm in a mood where I just like don't care that much, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice when you're drawing to like care because you want it to look nice, but not like get pissed that nothing you're drawing is the right thing. I think I've gotten a lot better about that. But there's different degrees of it. Okay. Making her shin too indented, which I do sometimes. Never on purpose, but it happens frequently. Okay, her knee is very pointy. And then not so pointy. Okay. I can do that. That's not bad. Just need to angle a little bit more. And then that kind of just goes straight across here. Sorta. I do think I did a little bit too long. Needs to be angled a little bit more, maybe? Very hard for me to tell. Because I am a learning girl. I'm a learning, and I don't know stuff. Okay. So we've got a little Harry Martini going on, which means, I think thigh is here. But not like that. Thigh is in between there. Okay, knee is above here, I would say. Like there-ish is where her knee should be cresting. Do 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 doodly boop boo boop boo. I think that looks okay. And then from there, her foot comes down in front of her knee to about there. All right. I think that that is not bad. Could be a little bit more rounded right there. but not too bad. I think I've managed to get okay with legs. As long as they're not in really weird contortionist shapes. Okay. Okay, and then her thigh comes down. That is way too thick. That's way too thick. Okay, what did I do? Where's an illusion? No, her thighs are not that thick. That seems a little too thin. I think it's because of the shadow. Because there's like faint shadow like there. Then there's like it's kind of ingredients, and then this I would say so I'd say like this is the darkest shadow, and then later like that. I know that looks fucking weird, but whatever. I have to convince my eyeballs that it's okay. That, like, what I did is not wrong. Because I actually think that's fairly accurate. I mean, I exaggerated the curve a little bit too much, but get the point. You get the point. There we go. Nice gentle curve. Alrighty. Whatever, I'm moving on. So then her stomach on this side comes like this. And she's got ribs poking out. Ribbity ribbity rib rib. To about up to here. And then boob. A lot of boob. She's got a lot of boob. She's got a lot of boob. Guys, what does she have? A lot of boob. It's a lot of boob. Okay. And then I think this is her other shoulder is about there. Yeah. Alright, this is turning out okay. Good. Good job, me! Ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Stop schlumping. Don't schlump with your face or with your back. Anyways, everything's with face. Everything's face and body lately with me. Need more not adjectives, fucking nouns. Okay. We're not gonna leave her as a one boob lady, because that's not how she is. Do 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 do. I need to see the lines, so I'm scrunching over the camera. Okay. Belly button. I would say about here. So, and then she's kind of got a little line there because of the shadow of her ribs. It's a weird shadow. There's also kind of a weird shadow on her boob because there's like a small highlight here, but I think this is her whole boob and there's like a tiny little boob shadow there, and then there's another shadow on her boob. I'll do my best. Okay, I think that's pretty alright. I think that's way more accurate than what I had before. So then where's her collarbone? Her collarbone would be like this knobbly crap here. And probably over here. Yeah. Excellent. Woo! I think this actually turned out pretty good. Alright. So I'm not going to really do the features of her face. I just kind of want to get like the angle of the face if I can. Like if it turns out looking too weird, I'm going to just ignore it. Have some eyelashes. Those look terrible. She's like, I don't have false eyelashes on, just normal eyelashes, please. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm rude. I'm a rude boy. Okay, so she's got a little hair swirly there, and then her hair goes like this. It comes down like about so. This is really not bad. I thought this was gonna be horrendous. If I'm being honest with you, I was like, this is not gonna end well. But like, yay, hair! Not bad. Not really that bad. I don't care what the hair looks like, I just wanted to put it in so that I kind of had an idea of what's happening. I think that's really good. I think that's really not that bad. Other than the fact that she doesn't really have like a brow ridge. Like I fucked up her face, but whatever. Like I'm not concerned with that. I think that's really good. I'm happy with this. I mean, this thigh will still probably bug me. But if I make it lighter, it doesn't bug me that much. Or I could try to actually do a shadow. Why not I try to do a shadow? Why not? I tried. That's not terrible. Obviously, it doesn't meet the line down here, but whatever. It's just for my eyeballs. It's not really for, like, looking good. If that makes any sense. Just want to clean up this line a little bit. I think that actually really doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna finish her, foot region. So her ankle bulge is about there. You know, the ankle bulge, it's normal. Everyone has one. Her foot is doing some stuff over there. I think her foot's getting way too large, but that's okay. I can't even see what the rest of it's doing, but that's okay. I think that's fine. That is a fine... Hey, Carabe. What's wrong with her ankle? Nothing. It's a very normal ankle bulge. She's completely normal. Anyway, I don't really care what her feet are doing. Cause I don't do feets. Not yet anyway. Maybe someday. Maybe someday that's all I'll draw. I'll just draw feet everywhere. I think that that's really not that bad. I think I made her a little bit too thin by accident. That means I probably just misjudged one of these two lines. That happens to me a lot. But honestly, I think it looks really good. Like, here's kind of the line of her stomach where that goes. And like, here's another shadow, like, before her ribs. Or maybe it's an illusion. You know what? I think she looks great. I'm gonna undo what I just did. I say, good job, me. Looks pretty good. Probably works out just fine if you put the ribs in and shade it. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. That's why sometimes I'll add in shadow or like this line, right? She doesn't have a line in her body. There's just a little shadow there. That's much too square and huge. Don't, shh. Don't listen. Shh, 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 shh. I'm covering her ears. Hey, Mr. Harmadon. How long have you been practicing drawing? Most Sundays for about 3 hours since May 14th. But of course there were a couple that got skipped for various reasons. But I've come a long way. You know what? Let's take a look back. Can't draw worth a damn. Your hands won't produce lines my brain requests. That's practice. That's... Okay, so I first started out using the shrimp method. Or let me rephrase, I say this every time. I started out using select steps of the shrimp method. So the shrimp method, if you Google it, it's really cute and funny. But it's basically draw what you think a thing looks like. Okay. Like, without looking at it. Without looking at any pictures beforehand, just draw what you think the thing looks like. That's step 1. Step 2... No, let me look it up, because Step 2 that I did was, So here's the shrimp method. If you would like to follow along. Can you get that on a t-shirt? Not this one, but just wait for it. There's a better one. So step 1 is draw the shrimp. Google exists, so step 2 is Google exists. So you look it up, and it says make a new folder, title it shrimp, save as many quality photos in different positions, and blah blah blah. Tracing can be useful. So I skipped those steps. I skipped to step 4, which is draw it while looking at a picture. Which is this. This is what I did. You want the shitty one? Trust me. Trust me. I'm not there yet, okay? I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna look through my art references. So this is the picture of the snail, right? Here's the actual snail. That's not really that bad. I gave up after a while because the skin was driving me insane. So... Oh, step 5 is what I did. Using photo of... And you're supposed to draw it 1,000,000 times over and over again. But I basically drew what I thought the thing looked like and then drew it while using a reference. And then and these are kind of going to be out of order. Why are you so out of order, though? Where's the thing that I want? So, this is what I thought a shrimp looked like. This is Hype Shrimp. If you've never seen Hype Shrimp, here he is in all his glory, and you can get him on a t-shirt. So I remembered that, you know, they had a lot of stuff coming off their face, but I couldn't remember, and this is what happened. So there's Hype Shrimp. And then here's the shrimp with the picture. So, you know, like, not terrible. Really not that bad. And then I kept doing the shrimp method for a while. It was like, draw what you think Mickey looks like. Well, here's what I remember him being like. And then here's how I actually drew him. I feel like I could do a much better job now. But I kind of ran out of room, so I had to make his ears a little smaller. You draw very well. Thank you. We're going all the way back to the very first. So this is still May 14th, 2017. These are amazing. They're well drawn, but so far off. Yeah, they're really bad. They're like bad in the most hilarious way. So I tried to draw a hamster. Did I save the picture of the hamster? I'm gonna see a lot of naked ladies. There's a lot of naked ladies in here. Let me just look for it. No, I didn't save the picture of the hamster. So I don't have the reference picture, but this one is real bad. Ready? This looks like Lemmy Winks went through some sort of radioactive shit and came out the other end. I was just trying to do too much. I was trying to do the fur. Like, you can see all the details that I was trying to do, but my proportions are all off. Like, I tried really hard. I tried really hard. You can draw a line. Note, not a straight line. You also have a filter of naked ladies. Really? And then I drew some frogs for fun. This one was off of a reference, not of a real frog, of a drawing of a frog. But I didn't save that either. And then I started doing a different method, which was the grid method. So I took the picture of the thing and I put a grid on it with lines. Let's see. So here he is. And then I tried to draw it. But I would do one drawing, so this is May 28th. It's a whole different method. I stopped doing the shrimp method. So it didn't turn out too poorly, but I really started relying heavily on the grid. We had time at the end, so I did another draw what you think the thing looks like. And thus we have Mildor, the Smoldinator. And then here's Trogdor. Scientific purposes, of course. And then I have Hinata. This came out pretty well. I don't know where, like, I didn't label these properly. So, like, here's the reference picture for that. But, like, I painstakingly tried my best. This one you can tell. Here's Reptar. I'm actually pretty proud of most of the Reptar. Oh, this way. You know, so this is June 18th. So I would do this every Sunday for about 3 hours, was when Project Pencil used to happen. This was like a 15-minute replication of that, so that was a whole experience for me of not spending hours on a thing. Here's an Earth Shaker. And I wanted to see how quickly I could sketch it. Here's a Zomboni. Where's the Zomboni? Obviously you're not seeing the whole thing because, hang on, let me put a different screen capture on here. Little martyr. Actually, because we'll probably get ones that are bigger. Plamp. This is just going to be on top of stuff for right now. Okay.
Touch the butt. Ooh, we're gonna touch the butt. Ooh!
Guthrin, thank you for touching the butt. So yeah, we have this, we have Birdman. I did not draw the bird. I just drew Birdman, that was enough trouble for me. Kim Possible. How are you doing, Guthrin? And just for fun, I was like, what should I draw? And someone said a shaved beaver, so there's Shing! There's a little shine on his forehead. Look at him. And there's his hair. Lurkin. Say I love you while you're with somebody else. And here's Rick and Morty. This is July 30th, so we're moving on because it was only 4 times per week and I was only doing 1 drawing. You never actually watched Naruto? Give it a try. I really enjoy it. I did Robin Hood. Looking back, these are not as bad as I thought they were at the time. I could not for the life of me do Mulan's face. I got too upset, so I apologized to her and moved on. But the rest of it looks okay. Not one of my favorite drawings of mine. And then this, I wanted to try something a little different. So Mulan was the last. So you notice Birdman was the last one that had grids fully through the page. And then at Kim Possible, I just started doing tick marks along the edge because I was trying to wean myself off of the grid. So here we still have like grid marks, grid marks. This one wasn't. So here's zombified Lisa. I wanted to just kind of quickly sketch her out and like give it a shot for like 10-15 minutes. Where did she go? I lost her. Hang on. There she is. She is in front of Mickey. Okay. So this was 10-15 minutes and then I did a nice version. Have you had previous experience with drawing? Because I could never see myself drawing this well. Not really, no. Yeah, I don't watch fillers. So here's Lisa. And then here's a Harry Martini just for fun. Dun da da da, Harry Martini. People didn't know what it was, so I showed them. But then I drew a picture of... I drew a couple of pictures of those drawing models, which I think there were these. So like I drew this one, which you can't see. Can I scoot it over? Hello? I'm gonna just bring it up. So this one is this one. I know the music stopped, by the way. And then I did the running one, which you also can't see. No, scoot over. Did the running one, and the forwards running one. But this is like somebody's sketch that I then sketched. And then I did a couple of, this is Body-chan, so I did photos of the drawing figure, if I can find them. Anyway, you'll get the point. So I did her here, and this one there, and blaggity blah. And then this I drew from my brain because I just wanted to see how I was doing with proportions. And I figured out that I'm pretty decent doing proportions on legs, but her torso was fucked up and her arm was fucked up. But overall, not bad for something from my brain, which I've never done before. And then we get into the hype nudes. So we have hype nude 0. It was the first time I ever drew a 3D actual human. I mean, I know it's a picture of a human, but you get what I mean. And whenever you see these little brackets, that's me pointing out, like, here's where I could have done better. And since I hadn't studied hands, I gave her some tentacles. But yeah, that was my first one. And then these I drew out of a book that I have. Skull and a vertebrae. And here's this lady. Doing okay. Here's, oh, not her yet. Here's this lady. Like, pretty okay. I kind of did them out of order. Here's this lass. Very tiny little lass she is. So now we're getting into what day. The very first day that I drew a 3D human was not until October 8th, 2017. And then this is an emote which you can actually use. It's a Hype Mana, M-A-H-N-A. That's a reward, and if you want to know more about the rewards, then you gotta go down below the stream and go check it out. I'm gonna get the music going again. Give me the Twitch music library. No, Twitch music library, thank you. And we'll just play random shit on here and hope it's okay. Sorry if these songs are gross. But you gotta go back to sleep? Well, thank you for stopping in, I appreciate it. No boobs, 0 out of 100? They have boobs! She has boobs. Oh, this doesn't have boobs. Got you. I was like, they all have boobs. Caribou, thank you for hanging out. It's good to see you. I hope you have a good weekend. Where was this lady? Oh, there she is. There's this lady reaching. Aw, that's so cute, little snuggly. And then here's her reaching up with grapes. Here's her, and like this is me indicating this is where her arm should have come out to, but it didn't. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how she turned out. Where's this lady? Where did I put you? Did she disappear? I think she's earlier. I should go back and put them in order, but, you know, that's effort. Here's she. Here she is, tiny arm lady. No, it's not her fault. So here's this lady. And then here's the infamous girl! Oh, this is horrible. Switch. Girl! Okay, great. And, where'd she go? Here she is. And then she was... No, I went too far. I started doing them in order at some point. Here's this lady. Gotta go to sleep too, got a driving lesson early in the morning. It's worth it, eventually. Thank you so much for hanging out, Winterlace. I appreciate it. And I hope you sleep well, and I hope your driving lesson goes well. I gave her a teeny tiny foot by accident, but I think overall, like, these ladies have been pretty okay. Here's this lady that, like, I had so much trouble with her. She was giving me grief. I had a lot of trouble with her. This is December 3rd. And I had a lot of trouble with the woman on the oops! What the fuck? Get out of here. Don't take over my whole screen. Here's the woman on the stool, and I just, like, couldn't get anything working, so I tried them again next week. So here's the redo of that lady. Here's the redo of the lady on the stool, because I'm 5 years old. And, you've been driving for 2 months? It's worth having the license, and you never have to do it again. And here's this lady. And, this lady. I'm really proud of her hair. I think I did her hair pretty fucking well. And then there's this girl. And her little beanie. She has a beanie. Still can't get the feel for it. You'll get there. I found that I just needed a different teacher. My mom was trying to teach me and I would just get mad. Like, I needed to, on my own time, decide that I was ready to take lessons. And when I did, I hired somebody to teach me. But it was like when I was ready to do it. It took me a long time. So I think she turned out pretty okay, except for her arm. Her arm should have been bent like that rather than like this. And then here's this weird Zorro lady. I don't know what's happening with her. And then here's today. We did this lady. And we did this lady who's... I ran out of space for her arms. This one was kind of difficult. And then here's the lady we just finished. And I think she turned out pretty fucking good. I think that's pretty good. So, and that's all the drawing that we've done. So now you've seen my progression from the snail to the lady. And there you have it. Give me lots to think about. Anyway, yeah, so we have a half an hour, but my back hurts. So I think I might just call it. I think I might call it. As much as like I was like, oh, maybe I'll crochet, but I also would need to like hold that out for you. I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you want to see crocheting? Or can I leave? Can I go? No, I'm gonna go. My back hurts. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I think maybe 3 hours or 7 hours of streaming is just a little bit too much when it comes to creative because I contort my body in all sorts of weird ways and it hurts me. But in any case, thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm just like rambling now. I apologize. I hope you have a lovely night, a good weekend, and I will see you all Sunday for more Divinity Original Sin 2. I cannot wait. See you later.